You ever feel like you're in a relationship but something just feels off? Like you're sitting there thinking, do they even love me or am I just their personal assistant who happens to share a bed with them? Yeah, we've all been there. And if you're nodding along right now, don't worry. You're not alone. In fact, I'm about to break down 10 signs your partner might not actually love you even if you think they do. But here's the good news. This isn't going to be some doom and gloom lecture. We'll laugh, we'll learn, and most importantly, you're walking away with tools to fix it. Or at least figure out what's really going on. First things first, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Relationships are hard. They're messy, confusing, and sometimes downright exhausting. It's easy to convince yourself everything is fine when deep down, you know something's missing. Maybe you've ignored red flags because you're scared of being alone. Or maybe you're just hoping things will magically get better. Spoiler alert, they won't unless you address them head on. So today, we're shining a light on those uncomfortable truths so you can start taking control of your happiness. Now, why does this matter? Because staying in a one-sided relationship doesn't just hurt, it stunts your growth. You deserve someone who shows up for you, supports you, and makes you feel valued. Not someone who treats you like an afterthought. Think of it this way. Love should feel like teamwork, not a solo mission where you're doing all the heavy lifting. If that sounds familiar, stick around because I'm breaking this down into bite-sized pieces anyone can understand and act on. Let's talk about a simple framework to help you spot these patterns. Love isn't just rainbows and butterflies, it's actions. Psychologists often refer to something called love languages, which basically means people express and receive love differently, through words, touch, gifts, acts of service, or quality time. If your partner never speaks your language, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't care, but it does mean they aren't meeting your emotional needs. That's a problem worth addressing. All right, let's dive into the 10 signs. Number 1. They never initiate plans. If you're always the one texting, calling, or planning date nights, ask yourself, are they as invested as you are? 2. They only show affection when they want something. Kisses before asking for favors? Hugs after forgetting your birthday? Sketchy. 3. Their promises sound great but never happen. I'll call you tomorrow turns into next week. Classic sign of empty gestures. 4. They dismiss your feelings. Ever heard, you're overreacting or it's not a big deal? No thanks. 5. They prioritize everything else over you. Work, friends, hobbies. That's normal occasionally, but consistently? Red flag. 6. Conversations are one-sided. Do you spend hours listening to their problems while they zone out during yours? 7. They avoid talking about the future. If they dodge questions about commitment or long-term goals, take note. 8. Criticism outweighs compliments. Constant negativity wears you down fast. 9. Physical intimacy feels more like obligation than connection. 10. You constantly question whether they truly love you. If you're second-guessing this much, trust your gut. It knows more than you think. Okay. Enough doom-scrolling through the bad stuff. Let's flip the script. Here's how you can tackle these issues without losing your mind. First, communicate openly, but strategically. Instead of accusing, "You never text me," try framing it as a need. "I'd love to hear from you more often." Second, set boundaries. If you're always bending over backward, you're teaching them that behavior is acceptable. Third, pay attention to patterns, not isolated incidents. One bad day doesn't define a relationship, but consistent neglect does. Fourth, practice self-reflection. Ask yourself, what am I tolerating that I shouldn't? Finally, seek support. Talk to trusted friends, family, or even a therapist. Sometimes an outside perspective is exactly what you need to see clearly. Here's my challenge to you. Pick one thing from this video and try it today. Text your partner saying how much you appreciate them. If they reciprocate, awesome. If they ghost you, well, that tells you something too. Either way, you're taking action, and that's empowering. Before you go, hit that subscribe button so we can keep tackling life's toughest questions together. Drop a comment below telling me which sign resonated with you most. I read every single one. And remember, you deserve a love that lifts you up, not holds you back. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, go rock your world.